I'm Amy Hoover. I am the director here at the Creighton University Retreat Center. Retreat Center is 157 acres. Most of it is wooded land. We have trails and lots of places you can just come and be with God in the midst of creation. We are far enough away from the city that it's a place for people to come and rest and get away from our busy, noisy world. We are here to provide this place that I just described. We do offer the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius and just have a mission of encouraging and helping people have a greater, closer relationship with God.
My name is Terry Lou Dugan. I work here at the Creighton University Retreat Center. I've been here just over 10 years and work in the office to help people with reservations and bring them in. Creighton bought the retreat center in May of 1994, so next year will be our 25th anniversary. We hope to have all kinds of Creighton people out. Before that, the retreat center was called the Wakanda Prayer House. It was run by Father Wingert for many years. He had it as a recovery retreat center, meaning those in recovery would come, stay, and for room and board, they would help build the cabins. That's how they got built through the years. Just one at a time with the people that were here. Clear the grounds, everything. It was from the ground up. The first building that was here before his time was the lodge. And the lodge was built in 1948 by the Boy Scouts of America. At that time, it was also known as the Wakanda Boy Scouts. And then Father Wingert ran it as the Wakanda Prayer House. And just kind of fun fact, Wakanda means holy place. And that was termed by the Indians many years ago.
So a lot of our visitors are groups that are organized already, and they come and bring their own facilitator and do their own type or style of retreat. Ones that we specifically sponsor, sometimes we offer weekend retreats where people will come maybe on a Friday night, stay until Sunday, and there'll be some sessions, some input sessions, invitations to prayer in that way. The majority of the things that we sponsor, however, are your private individual retreats where people can come for 1, 3, 8, or even 30 days and meet one-on-one with a director every day, talk about what's going on in their prayer and receive some direction on maybe what they want to pray with, how they are seeing God or experiencing God in their prayer or throughout their day.
We have different room arrangements. We have a building that has 4 studio apartments. People who want to come and retreat and just get private time in, come into those rooms. You'll see it's a staggered because there's people constantly coming and going. And that allows us to help fit your 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, whatever you can fit into your schedule. And then we have actually 54 rooms and can sleep 105. And that's not including the lodge. Another 75 can go in the lodge. So some weekends there might be a lot of people out here, but it all works.
The first retreat that I ever made myself happened to be here. And it was in the early 2000s, and I drove onto the retreat center. I was doing a spiritual direction program, and I was required to come on retreat. And I drove onto the retreat center and reached the blacktop. And literally, as I was reaching the blacktop, I was just so overwhelmed by the beauty of the trees and the energy that they offered that I said, man, I could live here one day. Mm. And it was 10 years later, 15 years later that I found myself living here. And so I look back on that moment as, the beginning of another step in my journey. And then, of course, the retreat that followed those 5 days was very rich as well.
My favorite part is all the people who come. And from far and wide, it just amazes me how people find the retreat center here in Griswold, Iowa. I know it's under the Creighton University umbrella, and that's how they find it. But there are times when the groups here are from Kenya and Uganda and Spain. We have someone coming from Spain now to Omaha and Des Moines. and everywhere in between. And so you really get to meet a lot of neat people for 5 minutes, and then they go into silence.